The second talk is about build nice terminal UI with bubble tea. Bubble tea, I don't have one. I didn't want support that company who's selling their two kids and with some barbiturates, or I'm not sure what I'm doing. But bubble tea, what is bubble tea? Bubble tea is Go library. It's usually functional. It's inspired by Elm Architecture. That I will explain what is it later if you are not Elm developers. And it's usually for make stateful build terminal applications. It's quite nice if you working with terminals. You can do what you need. The whole architecture is about that you have some model. Model is very simple struct, and you define in that model not the business logic. The model is for display, what you see on your screen. It's not model as you see as normal developers. That model will be your users or something. This is really for that terminal UI. It's very similar if you develop games or something else. You make model for what you see. And for example, this model is for simple checklist that you need some cursor, what is selected, and which choose you display on the screen. And model is first thing that we need to define. The second is model, some methods that we implement on that models, and we have three methods. First init on the start, how render first screen that you needed. We have some update that if you press some keys or something, that how we updated that, and we sending messages, and that's how we communicate with model, and that are used for reading IO, your keystrokes, and other things. And the latest is view, and that's usually method that just return the string, and the string is displayed on your terminal. You can define that model with what you want. It's completely up to you how you structure what you need in your application, and I will show you my demo application later that you see. And what we need in second part is that you need make some messages and commands that you need for communication. For example, you want on the start make some HTTP call, and you need to communicate with that application, and you need to make that work, and you all have to return the message. But the problem is that if you have normal HTTP function, you get some error nail. You don't have the t dot message for as return type, yeah. And this is usually done that you wrap it everything in some functions that you use it for communication in framework. Yeah. It's quite strange that you need wrap it everything. Why this one? You have to you wrap it in a function to get work with commands, but it's not super complicated, and it's that interface is strict. You cannot change it. It's very simple. What I show you in the beginning. And for if you need some special your function, you just need wrap it, but it's not super complicated, and you can find. And if I show you complex example that I have bought that HTTP call and wrap it to that T command, that you see that I need make T message that I return to that, and that works. Just combine the things. That's, I think, the most complicated thing on the whole thing, and that's it. That's you know everything almost now. Who is behind this framework? It's a startup called Charm. They are based on New York. Founders are Toby Padilla and Christian Rocha. The Charm you can find them as charm underscore usually. They create multiple applications for all from command line. You can use, for example, pop for sending emails from your terminal. You can use the mods for AI, wishlist for SSH directory. That's nice. VHS. If you see my demo on Go Meetup that I shared the GIF for a demo application that's recorded by VHS. I will show source code later. We use I like SoftServe. It's usually Git server, but if you connect there, you easily see a list of repositories. You can read readmes from command line and give you more than the normal Git server. Glow is CLI for running Markdown on CLI. We will use the library that's using this in our demo application. There is some key store, and GAM is very nice if you want this UI that I will show you in your Bash application. You can use by GAM. GAM is usually wrapper similar what is FZF, and you can use with your normal Bash application and make your outputs nicer without programming Go for some simplest things. SoftServe, it's usually what I want to show you how that can look like, and if I will be able to show you the terminal. That's the complicated things. It's usually that simple that if you connect it somewhere, you see not just that repository, but I can read me directly from that. I can see readme. There are files, commit branches. I can go there. I can show you what is there. Or if you use it, I am going back. You can list the repositories on their website. You see the bubble tea. We can read that. You see that we are on the master. Yeah, how long you can see the tabs. It's similar what you find on GitHub, but it's from command line, and you can make own version. That's the bubble tea. Back to presentation. I hope that I will be successful with my cursor. Didn't see anything now. Okay. They have plenty of other libraries, and we will use them in demo. It's usually bubble tea itself. There is lip gloss for making colors or layouts and some other things. Yeah, thanks. And Glamour that we use for rendering Markdown. And the bubbles are usually a set of UI components that you can use in your CLI application that you don't need to use. And we will use one of them, a list for demo that I will show you later. Demo, I will skip this. First, I will show you what is the demo. It's usually RSS reader that you can go through the RSS. You can go up and down, you can search there, and all that things. And I will try fix my screen that I see what you see, and we can go for demo. Okay. Okay. I have here a simple Go application. If I go run main Go, you can see there is list of podcasts that I am hosting. You see a list of episodes. It's simple application. You can see we have some XML with data, nothing that we can directly fetch, but I didn't know if we will have internet that I go. And in Go, very simple implementation. you see we use GoFeed library for reading XML and parse it and list the episodes. Very simple. That's our starting application. And now I will give some basic list component. It's usually the main is very similar as before. I just add some debugging and the model here that we initiate init with data from that parser, and we start the T library calling new program. You need pass the model. If we want to use alt screen, if you not use alt screen, that will render in your terminal and not in extra screen. Alt screen is that they clear up your terminal and you are full screen. And yeah, there is for that we use cell motions with mouse, but you can disable. It's multiple option of that, and whole logic is stored in package called to terminal UI. It's usually quite common logic, and I won't go usually with that I split into that methods by files. It's easy to navigate. Sometimes it's nothing there, but it doesn't matter usually, but it's very easy. That first I have model. You can see that I have the list. That's implement list model. I will show you that that's the method from Bubbles library. And we have choice what you choose there and if you are quitting or not. That looks like this issue with microphones. It's going somewhere else. Yeah, and you see on new model method we just fill it the list with data, nothing else. We just set the title for list, and we use just title and descriptions. If I run it, you will show how that looks like. This is basic behavior. You get it. This almost nothing. But you see there is some issues. Yeah, we can go up to down. That works. We can, I think, search, and that search is so strange that I didn't see what I type. But we have that filter that works. I can escape, and that's better. You see there we have some descriptions, but we see the HTML there. That's not super nice. And if I go to enter, the program exists. And that's not a really good solution. That we go to next iteration that was adding some detail. That if we run it now, we are better in that we are missing HTML. That's better. And if I click enter, we have some detail. That's not really nice. You see there is some HTML. Yeah, the markdown is there, but it's really not nice. And if I click it, that's enter. That looks what we selected. It's really not nice. But what is the difference in implementation? It's usually about view is just what we choose, and I think the biggest difference is that we change the update function. We add some logic for enter, and if we enter the list, we use the select item, and we make some status in model that's different. That I have another Boolean logic that if it's that detail or list that you need different, and I store the content for that detail in some other things. We want that markdown. That you can see there is a tool for converting this HTML to markdown. That's why we get rid of sorry. That's we getting rid of the HTML. I switch to next version. Okay. Sorry that killing the mic here. You see that we need convert. We need to render that markdown, and usually we use the view method, and we use the one of that library that I mentioned, Glamour. We just render, and we use the dark background, and that's I tested here that I can show you on different terminal that is white, and found that's problem exactly. I don't support automatic switching the thing, switching the theme. That's usually possible, but you see, if we go to the tile, we have nice render of that markdown, and we see the tiles. But we cannot go back. We cannot go to next. Only thing that we can go is press Q to exit program. That's all. That's not really what we want, and we need add more. And we add keys. We don't have number 4. No, I just skip it. Okay. And the logic that we need add is here in update again, and usually what we need for that T key message, usually what you press any keys, add some logic. That I add some logic that if we call B as back, that's getting back, P as previous, N as next, that we can go through the details, and in list is already working, that we can easily use. That we run it now, and if we go, for example, into 6, we can use the previous and next, and we can go back to list, and we can go. That looks good, almost. Yeah, we can use Q back, and it's almost done. I just make a few adjustments for final version, and in final version you can see that I changed it. What is description? It's usually now when was published the content, and I add some details that we have some details more, that we have the publish date, we have the name in some better heading, and listed that the support for that, and we have that RSS reader title not just on list, but we have on. That's missing on list. Okay, that's maybe I make some mistake again, and that should be on both. That's maybe a small thing. And back to presentation. We'll stop mirroring. Why we don't have? Okay. Alternatives. Bubble Tea is not only a library that you can use for Go and Terminal UI. I found a few of them. One is TVU, T-Cell. The Go T was quite inspiration for this. It's usually by TJ Holovchak. Maybe you know him. That's quite many applications created in Node.js, and he switched to Go, and he created plenty of things in Go, and he now, I'm not sure if he's doing anything, but it's a long abandoned library, but it was super good. And Term UI is another terminal dashboard that I found it. What is good on Charm? They are open source company. They are all that libraries are open source, but they are actively working with some enterprises, with some commercial things, and looks they are quite successful with that. They are not so big. I think 5-6 people. They are not so big, and looks that works for them. Questions? Do you have any questions related to that? And can someone pass mic if you want to ask anything? No?
So maybe a couple more questions. So maybe can you go back and zoom to this big, I think it was called update method.
Yeah.
where all the messages are listed. This gets called on like each message, not even the ones you're, or even for the ones you're not subscribed for.
It's not a publish subscribe method. It's really a cycle that is still going. There is only that init is going first, and after that everything just you press anything that's going through the update, any interactions, IO are calling the update method. It's usually
So even if you're not interested in key presses, this gets still
it's
called.
still updating. What I understand that it's similar what you if you look on games and they render in loop. That's very similar.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's its time. I think it's some messages, but that's it's sometimes issue with rendering. It's not automatically refreshing. No, but there are that messages. But usually you need press something. It can be different things as HTTP. You go back, but it's not time based. You can have tick there. That's another method that you can use. For example, if you have progress bar, yeah, and you can do it, that's another type of the message. It's ticking. That's exactly maybe the thing.
Thank you.
No other question? Okay. That's thank everyone, and I have slides on the end, and this one, no, this one. And there is plenty of links to that, and I will share on our Mastodon and with videos the link on presentation you can find on my speaker deck. And yeah, see you. Can I kill it? This one.